Yo, what's up, Kipsters? This is lesson 13, multiplication and division of fractions and mixed numbers, and this is number 8. As always with the brain strategy, we block out those answers first, but I can't do that on the computer, so we're just going to read through the question and ignore the answer choices. It takes 2.5 bags of potting soil to fill one window box. Sam has 8 3/4 bags of soil. How many window boxes can he fill? Okay, now y'all know word problems with fractions in them can be a little complicated, and the best strategy to use that works almost always is simple substitution. So what I'm going to do is take the two fractions and just make them into whole numbers that are simple. And one other trick I haven't spoken about is trying to make them both even, just in case it's a multiplication or division problem, and see that they can go into each other. So I'm going to make 2.5. I'm just going to make that 2. And I'm going to make 8 3/4. Remember, I'm not rounding. I'm just picking numbers that are even. 8. I'm going to reread the problem now and see if I can figure out what operation to use. It takes 2 bags of potting soil to fill one window box. Okay, let me just visualize that. Here's a bag. There's another bag. Takes 2 to fill this box. Okay, so imagine like you're pouring soil into a box to make pretty little plants. Takes 2 bags to fill one box. Sam has 8 bags. How many window boxes can he fill? So if you have 8 bags, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. How many window boxes can you fill? That's easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. What did you do with the 8 and the 2? You did 8 divided by 2. Awesome. Now we know our operation, and now we just have to plug in the actual mixed numbers that they gave us to solve it. So here we go. 8 3/4 divided by 2 1/2. All right. Before we do anything, you have to remember that as mixed numbers, you need to convert them into improper fractions first before you do any sort of division or multiplication. So, as this is a mixed number, to make it into an improper fraction, denominator times the whole, added to the top. Let's go. So if you do 4 times 8 plus 3, go ahead and write down what you're going to get now. You can pause the tape if you need to. Should get 35 on top. Keep the sum up top, and then we leave the bottom alone. There we go. Same thing for 2.5, a little bit easier. Denominator times the whole, added to the top. Let's go. Keep the sum up top. What's the sum? 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 makes 5. And then we leave the bottom alone. All right. So now we have 35 over 4 divided by 5 over 2. Remember, make this note on your train your brain sheet if you have to. If it's division, we use the strategy. This is going to be ugly because writing on this is a pain in my butt. Keep, switch, flip. Write it down if you have to. But only for division do you use keep, switch, flip. Which means you keep this the same, 35 over 4. Keep, switch. You switch the division sign to a multiplication sign. Flip, we find the reciprocal of 5 over 2. That's 2 over 5. And now we shoot, and reduce. Here we go, 35 times 2. Y'all can do that in your head. Come on, that's 70. 4 times 5, I slap you if you can't do that in your head. That's 20. Okay. Smart cut here would be to do the scratch and scratch. 7 over 2. Well, that's doing a little get off my back. Shouldn't be too tricky. 2 goes into 7 3 times. You can do this in your head, right? Hook the line, subtract, 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 subtract. Remainder 1. Y'all remember the story from back in the day. 2 walks over, hey. Kicks out the R. So all of this means that with 8 3/4 bags of soil, 2.5 bags of soil for each window box. He could fill in 3.5 window boxes. Let's take a look and investigate our answer choices. There it is. Cross this off, cross this off, cross this off, circle it up. There you go, Kipsters. A quick review. You see fractions, I do simple substitution. It works almost every time. Use simple substitution, pick a couple of even numbers, find the operation, and then remember when you're dividing mixed numbers, you got to make them improper and get your keep, switch, flip on. Deuces.